Hello, everyone. Welcome to Tokyo Talk. I'm Mai, and today's phrase is post-holiday blues.
And I'm Jack. Perfect timing as Golden Week just ended. How are you feeling about getting back to work, Mai?
Honestly, a bit down. I had such a wonderful time visiting my family in Kyoto. What about you, Jack?
I'm definitely experiencing those post-holiday blues after attending 3 amazing Idol concerts. The return to reality has been rough.
That's exactly what post-holiday blues means. That feeling of sadness when a fun holiday period ends and normal life resumes. Have you felt this before?
All the time. My worst case was after my trip to Okinawa last summer. I couldn't focus at work for days. What symptoms do most people experience?
Common symptoms include low energy, trouble concentrating at work, and feeling unmotivated. Like when you're trying to write an email but keep thinking about your vacation.
That's so accurate. I've been reminiscing about the spectacular performances at those concerts instead of preparing my lessons. It's been an arduous transition.
Jack just used the word arduous, meaning difficult and requiring a lot of effort. Can you think of a time when returning to work was particularly arduous for you?
Let's talk about some synonyms for post-holiday blues. Have you heard the term vacation hangover before, Mai?
Vacation hangover is similar, but it focuses more on physical tiredness from traveling or activities rather than emotional sadness. What's another synonym you know?
There's back-to-reality syndrome, which I think really captures that jarring feeling when you suddenly have responsibilities again. Have you experienced that?
Definitely. Last year, after a cooking vacation in Hokkaido, coming back to deadlines felt like jumping into cold water. How is back-to-reality syndrome different from our phrase?
Back-to-reality syndrome specifically focuses on that initial shock of returning to responsibilities, while post-holiday blues can last longer and refers to the emotional letdown.
I see. Another term is post-vacation depression. From your experience teaching in Japan, is this term commonly used or is it too clinical?
Great question. Post-vacation depression sounds much more serious and clinical than our target phrase. It suggests symptoms that might need professional help.
That makes sense. So post-holiday blues is milder and more common. What about post-holiday slump? How would you compare that one?
Post-holiday slump emphasizes decreased productivity and motivation at work rather than the emotional aspects, like when I couldn't prepare my teaching materials after my Kyoto trip.
Are there any opposites to post-holiday blues? Some people must feel differently after vacations, right?
Absolutely. Some people experience post-holiday high, feeling energized and motivated after a break. Have you ever felt that way returning to work?
Sometimes, especially after a trip where I tried new foods that inspired me with fresh recipe ideas for my blog. What other opposites exist?
There's also return to routine relief. Some people actually feel comforted getting back to their structured daily lives. My colleague felt this after Golden Week.
That's interesting. Now, what strategies have you found helpful for dealing with post-holiday blues, Jack? Any personal techniques?
I gradually ease back into work rather than tackling everything at once. After my Idol concert marathon, I started with simple tasks before planning complex lessons.
That's smart. I like to have something small to look forward to each day, like trying a new lunch spot or calling a friend. What else works for you?
I also incorporate vacation memories into my routine, like using photos from my trips as screensavers or bringing souvenirs to my desk. What works for you?
I start planning my next small adventure, even if it's just a day trip. Having something on the calendar helps me through those blue feelings.
Let's review what we've learned about post-holiday blues. It's that temporary feeling of sadness when a vacation or holiday period ends. What distinguishes it from similar terms?
Unlike vacation hangover, which focuses on physical fatigue, post-holiday blues is about emotional letdown. And unlike post-vacation depression, it's usually milder.
Exactly. And post-holiday slump is more about productivity issues, while our phrase captures the emotional experience. Ready for our quiz section?
Thanks for joining us. Remember, post-holiday blues are temporary. Be kind to yourself as you transition back to your routine. Until next time!